Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. The one video I didn't think we were going to get on time, but we've somehow managed to get it together. Anything that possibly could have went wrong in regards to this has probably went wrong. From me having the flu, which I'm nearly over. I'm probably about a day or two away from being close to 100%. My microphone then deciding to pack in, and then with a restart of the computer, came back, but it doesn't seem to be quite at the same audio settings as it was before, so I have to try and boost it up a little bit, so hopefully the audio's not too bad. Keep me posted, because this is literally recorded the day before it goes live, not like other stuff which is way in advance. And we spent week after week after week building up for our main event matchup, and the champion Phoenix got injured one day, literally one day, no chance for a replacement for his matchup tonight at Sacrifice, so that matchup will not take place. That annoyed me. So we're going to be live on Fight TV, we're going to be live on Impact Plus, we're going to be live on Premier Sports, and we're looking at attendance around 10,000 tonight. Last year, we done Sacrifice. Our main event was for the IWGP United States Championship, where Kota Ibushi defeated Chris Hero. We also had Matt Cardona defeat EC3 for the Impact World Championship. So we'll go through the few things that have happened in the course of the Impact tapings before we actually book the show itself. What I found quite interesting as well, there's been a lot of notes in terms of new contracts within the save within WWE and AEW. I thought it was very ironic that Christian Cage, Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan all signed extensions to their WWE deals, because that's how long ago this save started, which is quite frankly mental. The worrying thing is though, with a lot of WWE contracts and AEW contracts that have extended, it does mean that for the next couple of years, a lot of this talent pool is going to be locked up. So we are going to have to really start developing our own wrestlers. Now I'm going to give you an interesting point here. We've been watching NXT 2.0 and we've seen obviously Braun Breaker, as Vince McMahon would call him. From the Creator Pro Academy, there's been a Lonnie Loudon. Now don't get me wrong, Lonnie is 36 and is a rookie in the world of wrestling. He is a new gen, you could say. Something that I've never particularly used too much in TEW, more so in Football Manager. I'm massive on new gens, so this is going to be a new experience for me. But we're going to try and see how we can develop a skill set. We're going to give them opportunities, starting with the tapings that are coming up. So they're not going to go through any developmental, we're just going to put them on screen with a lack of experience, a lack of respect, a lack of psychology, and to be honest, a lack of any sort of technical ability, although the physical ability, as you can see there, the power at 94 is pretty damn respectable. On the injury front, as I said, Phoenix is out for 27 days, so we will have him back just in time for the next pay-per-view, which is a Victory Road, I believe. We're still 6 months away from getting Jamie Hayter back, 2 months and 2 weeks for Leo Rush, 9 days for Maki Ito, 52 days for Navia, and Rich Swann also got an injury, so he won't be back for 48 days either. I don't think my voice is going to hold up, so we will look through the shows that have built up to what we've got today, and we'll try and give you the best idea of the card. So I've decided, since Rebellion, we're going to try and use a rotation policy, so a lot of wrestlers didn't even appear on these shows, just to try out something different. The Joe Miller Ballpark was our destination for these tapings. And we just did Jeff Hardy put out some words to start the show. Matt Cardona saying he respects what Jeff Hardy's done, and he says he really has been looking at the old Jeff Hardy clips, developing into ladders and chairs, and he really wants to be like a hardcore icon and sees Jeff Hardy as someone that can inspire him. I had a match up between Phoenix and Shelton, big win there for Phoenix, with Pillman Jr. over Johnny Swinger. Will Hobbs defeated Enzo, and Wardlow and Hobbs just basically saying, Wardlow says, "This is my tag team partner, we've just destroyed this little schmuck who's going to be next." With Cousin Jake over Heath before he says he's good to left that piece of trash Cody Deaner behind. And a fatal 4-way for the new number 1 contender for the Knockouts Championship, with Su Yung defeating Venny, Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz. We then had Su Yung and Ronda Rousey have a heated confrontation. Thunder Rosa then defeated Madison Rayne. She said she was proud of her efforts against Ronda Rousey, not to be successful here, but she is going to be just looking to keep improving and her time will come. We had Natty defeat Tenille before Diona with an attack on Natty Naita. Of course, they had their confrontation at the Rebellion. And in the main event, FTR defeated Matt Cardona and Jeff Hardy because Deathmatch King Matt Cardona turned on Jeff Hardy, fully cementing him as a heel. On the next taping, we then had Rosemary confront Rousey. She basically said that she's looking forward to her tag team partner being the one that takes the belt off her, and those two will meet in tonight's main event. So that's a 75 opening segment, was very strong. With Josh Alexander defeat Brian Myers before a little confrontation in the back. As Josh came back and Ace Austin headed to the ring, Ace defeated Petey Williams. Ace then cut a promo on Josh Alexander saying it's funny how people are saying, oh, Josh Alexander's the next potential guy out of Impact Wrestling. Everybody knows it's going to be me. Claudio Castagnoli teamed up with Pillman and Garrison, of course, the Varsity Blondes, and they defeated Richard Holiday, EC3 and Johnny Dango. Had Fire and Flavor defeat Team C-Stars before they posted notice to the Tag Team Champions. Diona defeated Dash Chizako. Wardlow defeated Kaz. With a few words from Natty Neidhart on Diona after last week's attack. We had the Acclaim have some verbal jibes on the Inflictors of Pain before the Inflictors of Pain literally inflicted pain on them. Ronda Rousey defeated Rosemary, and as she went to break her arm, Su Yung made the save. We then had a confrontation between Cardona and Jeff Hardy, just basically saying, alright, what's happening here? Why have you attacked me? And a few words, just Matt Cardona saying he wants to make a name and he feels Jeff Hardy's the biggest name in Impact Wrestling. Simple and basic. I opted for Roderick Strong to beat AC Romero. Roderick Strong then says, Claudio, that's a very nice title you've got. And just maybe, I think I can out wrestle you. A few matches then back to back, where we had Ace Austin defeat Pavel Kirkin, Natty Neidhart defeating Kimberly, Claudio Castagnoli defeating Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley defeating Senza Volto, before we had Shelley say, it's quite cool at Suicide, you're X Division champion. I feel like it's maybe time that as a Impact or TNA original, that I should be one that looks to get that. Not an original, but it was quite early doors. Matsumoto was beaten down backstage by Kiera Hogan. It's weird calling her Kiera Hogan when it's Kiera over here, but I'll get used to it. I should know that because it's K-I-E in her name, not K-E-I, which it is over here. Mika Satomura defeated Tasha Steelz. Ethan Page defeated Eddie Edwards in the main event. For All Ego, Ethan Page says he wants his one-on-one match with Phoenix at the pay-per-view. Which led us to a final taping of, again, Hardy and Cardona. Just basically saying, yeah, it's on, I'll take you on in a ladder match. You want to prove you're a hardcore icon, you can face me in my element. Josh Alexander defeats Moose. Ace Austin just says, right, we'll see who the prospect is, the top man is, at the pay-per-view. Had Fire and Flavor get a win over Kylan King in Red Velvet. Enzo and Kaz says they've been nothing but beaten down by Wardlow and Hobbs, but they will never give up. The inspirational quote from John Cena, and they will look to take the tag titles away from Wardlow and Hobbs as an act of revenge. I'd Sabin over TJP, and I'd Low Key over Cody Deaner. They're both saying, well, if Shelley's an ex-original, so are we, so why shouldn't we get the title shot? We then had Roderick Strong and FTR defeat Claudio Castagnoli and the Good Brothers. Had a contract signing between Ronda Rousey and Su Yung. Ronda tried to attack Su Yung, but this whole mad undead segment takes place and Ronda gets scared and freaked out and runs away. Natty has a promo on Diona about their matchup taking place tonight. Ethan Page says he's going to take that championship from Phoenix, so that match will be delayed to the next pay-per-view. And Jeff Hardy defeats Shelton Benjamin in a main event before Matt Cardona beats the living crap out of Jeff with a ladder. Now we also have a confirmed X Division Championship Fatal 4-Way matchup: Chris Sabin, Low Key, Alex Shelley and Suicide. So it is a very stellar card. In fact, I'm so good that I put it here. As you can see, I was unsure if I was going to get Low Key snapped up in another deal, but he's fine. So let's say Su Yung Ronda Rousey for the Knockouts Championship, Diona versus Natty, Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin, Mark Cardona versus Jeff Hardy in that ladder match, Wardlow and Will Hobbs against Enzo and Kaz, Strong against Castagnoli, Phoenix versus All Ego is cancelled because of injury, Satomura and Morimoto against Fire and Flavor for the Knockouts Tag Championships, and the X Division Championship will be on the line with Shelley, Sabin, Suicide and Low Key. I don't think I added any more to that card. So without further ado, let's book this show. Let's see how Impact Wrestling Sacrifice goes down. So straight off the bat in front of the 10,000 at Homewood, Alabama, close to Fuego Town. But that's a good start. You can see there that Ethan Page picks up the 79 promo, just basically saying, great, Phoenix is injured, another opportunity taken away from All Eagle Ethan Page. Well, do you know what? When it gets to that next pay-per-view, Phoenix, I'm not just going to rip that championship away from you, I'm going to rip that mask off your face as well. So 79 promo as he vents his frustration. We had a superb matchup between Matt Cardona and Jeff Hardy in a ladder match in 13:32. Matt Cardona picks up the win. This was a 39. I'd already committed to the stipulation of the ladder match because I felt that made sense, but was informed by my road agent, I can't remember which one, that a ladder match wouldn't suit our product, or not even a product, it was more our audience. And I was like, well, I don't care, I'm booking this. So I put it as the opener so it wouldn't hurt us as much because we really just top angle in the main event. So Cardona gets a big win, but yeah, we peeled the penalty pretty badly there. But hopefully Matt gets a boost out of that. And then after the matchup, cements how much of a dick he is basically by beating down Jeff Hardy with a ladder. 62. Tag Championships on the line in the Knockouts division. A decent matchup as Hiromu Matsumoto and Miko Satomura defeat Fire and Flavor in 9-10, when Satomura defeated Tasha Steelz with a submission hold. Second defense of the Knockouts tag titles, far too early to take belts off them, and 48 is a pretty good victory here, and hopefully a good outing for Steelz and Hogan. Su Yung has an undead entrance, so obviously elaborate. The crowd are like, oh my god, this is amazing, as she tries to play some mind games on Ronda Rousey, which was a 44. And the matchup itself was exceptional. Ronda Rousey defeats Su Yung 8-18 by submission with an armbar. Fourth defense of Knockouts titles. Nobody's on a level in overness yet, so it's going to be a long while before we, hopefully, eventually, get the title belt off her. 69, Su Yung with 51, Ronda with 78. Ronda off her game, and Su Young's gimmick getting a little stale. Then moved on to the Tag Team Championships, and it was about, had good heat and decent wrestling, and it was a storytelling match of the night as Wardlow and Will Hobbs defeat Enzo and Kaz in 12:04, when Wardlow pinned Enzo with a Splash Mountain Powerbomb. Second defense of the belts, obviously again too early to take them off. Enzo was not too happy with putting over Big Will Hobbs, but Wardlow decided to crack the knuckles, and Enzo had a bit of a scare and ran away with his tail between his legs, but the two big men retain, and that was a 54. And because Enzo's annoying me, I decided that both him and Big Kaz can get put through tables after the match. 43. Wardlow looked good. Moving on then with a promo with Natty ahead of their matchup with Deonna Purrazzo. She says she's looking forward to tasting herself against one of the best technical women's wrestlers in the world, and it should be some sort of classic. So 43 for the promo. Hopefully the match is better than the mic skills, and the matchup was good. Deonna picks up the win in 13:27 by submission with a Fujiwara armbar. 55. Natty's retiring in 2 months. There's absolutely no point in having her beat any of my major stars in the women's division. So we need to make Deonna offer straight away. So technically Deonna will always put in good in-ring performances. The overness isn't quite there, but victories like this on this type of stage should absolutely help her. So 55. Promo from Matt Cardona, just laughing. Just basically says, man, it's Nick Gage, I'm embarrassed. That's Jeff Hardy. I'm a deathmatch king. I'm invincible. There's nobody in this roster that can do anything to stop me. 62. We then had the Fatal 4-Way matchup for the X Division Championship. Good matchup with a short victory. Chris Sabin picks up the win over Suicide, Alex Shelley and Low Key in 12:36 when Sabin pinned Low Key with the Cradle Shock. So new champ, Chris Sabin, a 56, 4 good performances there. Despite having the highest in-ring performance, Low Key's in a 1 month deal. Quite happy to job him out and maybe get rid of him because of his attitude, but we're looking to build, as I say, more stars in this division. Suicide's in a really good place where we can use them. I just feel we could maybe use some of the promos from Chris Sabin going forward. Speaking of promos, Ace Austin hypes up Josh Alexander. Just basically says he is the ace up the sleeve of Impact Wrestling, and he's going to show that when he shows he is the future of this company. That's a 59. Matchup itself had superb wrestling, great heat. Josh Alexander defeats Ace Austin in 13:52 with a TKO. 66, Josh with 61, Ace with 68. I feel here, Ace is always going to be able to recover with promos, so we're more than happy to give Josh the victory here with the wrestling, and hopefully it can benefit both in the long term. Then we have a hype package for our main event, which we've moved to Claudio versus Roderick Strong for the television championship. For the sheer reason, it would be a really good match. So 55 for that. And the match delivers an exceptional return. Claudio Castagnoli defeats Roderick Strong in 2031 with a neutralizer, giving Claudio his third defence of the Impact Television Championship. Gains prestige to that, no doubt. And yeah, 67, 67, 68 performances. A 56 overall. Could that be the one show that maybe pushes us to medium? But the problem is that the first couple impacts there were only gaining pop in 55 regions. The one place we weren't was at home. So I don't know if this is going to be enough or if we are going to have to wait for the next event. But pretty promising to see as well that the production value costs have only taken us to 66. So we maybe could be looking at about 68, 69. But financially I still don't want to put that money in. I still don't think we're safe enough. Because we're actually losing money every month until we hit this show. If we don't run one of these shows per month, we've got no chance. So we'll skip to the main screen here. We'll have the wee usual processing, which is always good to see. I know that sounds mad, but it just shows that it's an in-depth mod and there's going to be certainly a lot of character to it. Rather than blink, you're done and there's 10 wrestlers. There's a few actually that are out of not out of contract, they're in the ship basically. And that would be the likes of Red Pro, they get closed down, and I believe NLW is not far off as well. And obviously we can't really afford to go after them. Michael Luger, so that's just a new gen talent. Better show, Sacrifice, feedback was awesome. We're still one off. So you see that 58, 59, that's all we need to get. And the good thing is, we're mostly across the board in the 50s. But again, large is going to go, big's going to be a while anyway, but with that being 77, it's all of them are in the same kind of boat. So, well, apart from Puerto Rico and Hawaii, but it's that one southeast we just need to target. Which is mad because the northwest, 55, 55, yep, just this home state. So hopefully we can get it eventually. We're actually quite good here in the UK as well. As popular in the south of England as we are in America. So 124,000 viewers. We didn't get any pay-per-view buys. I just tried to get more eyes in the product, to be fair. So financially, look at that. Yes, that's where you're making your money. The pay-per-view revenue, we're making next to nothing anyway, so I wouldn't even worry about that. I don't want to touch any of the kind of deals to get to medium, so we can get better deals. Ticket sales were up, broadcasting is up, sponsorship is going to go up because obviously there's still a couple of days to run. And we might lose a little bit in tax, but if we're roughly getting about 200,000 profit per month, then it's a success where we've been previously. So I'm not going to speak more because my voice is clearly going. Hopefully it'll be all fine for next week's episode, so I'll try and leave that to maybe the Friday, Saturday before going live on the Monday. And yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.